right into the word. I want to get right into the word. Luke, the 14th chapter. When you have it, say amen.
Amen.
We're going to begin right here at verse 25. Now, y'all, of course, you all know our motto at Faith on Fire. We just want you guys to be attentive to the scripture. So if you see something that the scripture does not say, please correct me. Amen?
Amen.
No, that's how we do our exercises to make sure that you guys are with us. Amen?
Amen.
Luke, the 14th chapter, verse 25. Now a small multitude went with him.
Great.
Huh?
Great.
Okay. Now a great multitude went with him. All right. Now great multitudes went with him. Y'all, listen, that's how you don't get tricked in the scripture. Y'all, anybody ever been tricked by the fine print?
Amen.
Check this out. I had a friend of mine who I was cutting his hair, and he was sharing some personal things with me. And he told me that he applied for a specific loan. And he said that if you apply for this loan, you only have to live, this is what the person told him, you only have to live in the house 5 years, and after the 5 years, the loan will be forgiven. You won't owe anything. So he's skimming over the paperwork. He said, okay. Y'all, guess what he did? He skimmed over. He didn't read all the way. Y'all, he signed the paperwork. After his 5 years up, he said, my loan is forgiven. I want to move. Y'all, the person that gave him the paperwork said, did you read everything carefully? He said, I skimmed it, but you said. See, y'all, it's too much you said. And people not knowing on their own. Y'all, the loan was for 30 years. He can't go nowhere. Unless he forfeit and default on the loan. And guess what that'll do? That'll mess up his credit. All because he did what? All because he didn't read the fine print. Y'all, get into the habit of reading the word for yourself so that you will not be deceived and so that you won't be tossed with every wind of doctrine tossed to and fro. Amen?
Amen.
Now great multitudes went with him, and he turned and said to them, if anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother and children, brothers and sisters, yes, his own life also, he cannot be my what? Disciple. And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me, what did God say you must do? Bear your cross and come after me, he cannot be my disciple. For which of you, pay attention to this part, for which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first and count up the cost, whether he has enough to finish it, lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to do what? Mock him. How many of y'all tired of being mocked by people? How many of y'all tired of people mocking you because of who you said you are and what you said you were going to do? Let me read that again. Verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost? Let me ask you something. Have you been counting up the cost of your actions lately? For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count up the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? At least after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to do what? All who see it begin to do what? Saying, this is what people say. This man began to build a tower and was not able to finish. Let's bring it to today's vernacular. I thought you started school for cosmetology, but you wasn't able to finish. I thought you was opening your business, but you wasn't able to finish. Didn't you say, y'all ever have some people in your life when you had to, didn't you say you were going to do this, but you have not done it? Y'all, you know why people don't finish a lot of the things? I'm not saying circumstances don't come and prohibit you, and you have to make every effort to do what you said you were going to do, but y'all, a lot of people have not counted up the cost of their actions. At least after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it will begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build a tower and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king does not sit down first and consider whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him who comes against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is still a great way off, he sends a delegation and asks for conditions of peace. So likewise, whoever of you does not forsake all that he earned cannot be my disciple. So I want to end our month of wisdom with the title of this message, which is Wisdom for the Defining Moments of Your Life. Look at your neighbor and tell him, you need wisdom. You need wisdom for the defining moments of your life. For the defining moments of your life. Come on, tell them one more time. You need wisdom. You need wisdom for the defining moments of your life. For the defining moments of your life. Okay, you all. I really want to teach this thing to you. So if you have your pen and your paper, I want to lay this foundation. I'm going to give you something, I promise you all, that will be so life-changing, so supernatural, so beneficial to you if you take hold and grab this, you all. Do not miss this revelation today. Amen. Y'all don't worry about who's not here. Be glad that you're in the presence of the Lord, because we're going to talk about wisdom for the defining moments of your life. Let me begin by saying this. There will be moments in your life, whether it's marriage, whether it's in your singleness, whether it's in your family, or whether it's in your business, or whether it's in your ministry, where the presence or lack of wisdom will define that particular moment in your life. Whether it's married, for you married folks, whether you're single, for you single folks, whether it's regarding your family, whether it's regarding your business, or whether it's regarding the thing that God has told you to do in ministry, the presence or the lack of wisdom will define that season in your life. How many of y'all ever went through a season in your life where you didn't make some very wise choices? Let me tell you something. The lack of wisdom defined that period of your life. And when you define something, you give it a label. Foolish. How many of y'all ever been foolish in your life? How many of y'all done some crazy things? Yeah, I didn't say crazy things. I said crazy things. Because at this particular point in your life, wisdom was lacking. So you made choices apart from wisdom, and that defined that particular moment in your life. That's why a lot of people look back on their childhood years and on their teenage years and they scratch their head and say, what was I doing? Y'all ever had those what was I doing moments? Let me tell you what was I doing moment. I went in my closet now, recently. And I was just getting rid of some stuff. Y'all, I had a 5X shirt. And it was mine. I remember when I bought this. Now, everything is snug and tight now. Well, what was I doing? Why did I have on a 5X? You remember how we used to wear the shirts? My God, y'all, this shirt feel like a dress. I said, why did I have this shirt on? Because guess what? I was going with that particular time. Amen? Yo, listen. I, in a sense, was just going with the go-along. But let me tell you something. When you go on with the go-along, you're going to get what everybody else gets. Yeah. You better have wisdom in this next season in your life. Amen? Amen? Wisdom will literally define the next moment in your life. If I could be totally honest with myself, there were many instances where the lack of wisdom defined moments in my life. The same could be said in the opposite for the presence of wisdom. Y'all remember some times where God may have spoke to you and you did exactly what he said? And it turned out good for you? Your life ain't been all bad. You remember some times where you did exactly what God said and it turned out right for you? So a lack of wisdom, y'all, almost got me killed one night 15 years ago. Many of y'all heard this story. Let me tell you what a lack of wisdom almost did. A guy had a gun pointed to my head, point blank range, and was fully ready to pull the trigger. And although it didn't cost me my life, it defined that moment for me because one of my friends was shot twice. And he almost lost his life. Y'all, a lack of wisdom had me in an area that I didn't know anything about. I was on 72nd and Low. And around people that I really didn't know because I gave in to what my flesh said to me rather than what God said to me. Y'all, don't miss that revelation. A lack of wisdom had me in an area that I didn't know anything about. And around people that I really didn't know, all because I listened to what my flesh told me to do rather than what God told me to do. Yes. How many of y'all can think of some times where your flesh done got you in trouble? Amen. Where your flesh said, do it. Y'all know Kermit with the hoodie? I love them barber memes. The barber one said, he don't tip good. And Kermit with the hoodie say, push his lining back. I love those things. Because y'all, the flesh will always tell you to do something contrary to what God wants you to do. Get up, be on time. The flesh. Kermit with the hoodie. Hit the snooze. Lay down 5 more minutes. How many of y'all know that 5 always turn to what? 15 to 20. And you hit the snooze and snooze and snooze, then you snooze down and you lose down. Because you done messed around and gave into the flesh. Y'all, wisdom. So write these 2 things down about the lack of wisdom. The lack of wisdom, number 1, will have you in places where you don't know anything about. Number 2, the lack of wisdom will have you around people that you really don't know. Y'all, when I was down there, oh, somebody called it? Somebody called it? You all listen. Let me be honest. What, is the wife teaching the kids? Oh, no, there you are. Okay. Oh, man. Gotta take a drink, y'all. I tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all, that night 15 years ago, I had a girlfriend. A beautiful woman. But I like to ride past the Bud Billigan parade. Because I had rims and things on my car. And 2 little nice ladies flagged me down. It was you cute and all this old type of jazz and exchanging numbers. And y'all, guess what? I had a girlfriend. Amen. I had somebody that I was supposed to be committed to. But guess what my flesh said? Guess what Kermit with the hoodie said? Get the number. So I got the number. And I called on a friend of mine. Y'all never forget this day, because remember, the presence of or lack of wisdom will define moments in your life. I'm going somewhere with this. I had a job interview with FedEx that night. And I can remember my mother saying, son, where you going? I said, oh, I'm going to meet with some friends. She said, why? You got a job interview at 3 in the morning. I said, we won't be out long. The lack of wisdom had me going to 72nd and Low. So that was the first time in my life I was in Inglewood. And I didn't know, I didn't know what Inglewood was. I heard of it, but I was about to find out what Inglewood was. So number 1, the lack of wisdom. Watch this. Not knowing what you're getting into, but thinking you can just go everywhere and link with everybody almost cost me something. So not only do I go, I take a friend with me. How many times do we do that, Joe? Because you know something. But if I'm going to get shot, we're going to get shot together. If I'm going to go broke, we're going to go broke together. Y'all, we pull people in on our stuff, but we ain't got all the information ourselves. I didn't know nothing about Lowe, but the flesh said they was cute. Going against what I already, thank you, Lord, for saving me. Y'all, the lack of wisdom had me around people that I really didn't know. Long story short, I told y'all this story. Within 10 minutes, it was a setup. Guns was to our head. I was running for my life on 72nd and Low. Didn't know where I was going. My friend ended up getting shot twice, y'all. Look what the lack of wisdom has cost me. Y'all, the lack of wisdom almost defined me as another black man just being killed on that night. The lack of wisdom, y'all, this is how they would have read it on the news. 2 young black men were shot and killed. That's how it sounds. Listen, look at who I am today. Yeah. Look at everything that I had going on. But guess what? The news camera don't tell you all that. All it tell you is that 2 young men were shot and killed last night. How many people just got killed this week? How many destinies were robbed? Because of a lack of wisdom. Y'all, I want you to be real introspective and think about what a lack of wisdom has cost you in your life. The flesh will always lead you into dangerous territory and make things appear to be safer than they really are. The flesh will always, not some of the time, always lead you into dangerous territory and make things appear to be safer than they really are. You thinking, I'm just making a decision to do this, not knowing it could cost you your very life. Y'all, some people have literally made the wrong decision and it cost them their life. Some people have literally laid down with the wrong person and they got AIDS. Some people have literally hopped in the car with the wrong person and they were killed. My sister, not Dominique, my other sister, on my father.